The devil flies by night. Welcome back to more Castlevania Rondo of Blood, but I have a little bit of bad news, Alex.
What?
As your favorite character, Maria, is not going to be covered for quite a while.
Oh.
As we actually are getting to the point where the paths will intersect, and you have to ascend Castlevania to take out Dracula. So we're going to go ahead and do that the classic way that you would with a Belmont. So it's going to be all Richter for the next little bit. But as an added bonus, Alex, there is still technically a level that we haven't done. We will do it with Maria. But we will also give you, as a bonus, the Maria ending, or as I like to call it, the funny ending.
All right.
Or the funny anime ending, roughly. But here we go, as we go back into a wrecked ghost ship to therefore get my ass handed to me, because this is where it gets difficult for our boy Richter.
Ooh.
All the weapons? Yeah, they're a pain in the ass.
I bet.
And the only way to kill them is to kill off that sword. So they'll continue to hammer you until you kill that sword.
You're probably like, I wish I had one of those weapons.
Uh-huh. Kinda. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me the vampire killer, but, you know, it would have been helpful. This is also another boss that pisses me off. So it's a mini boss, but the portrait comes alive. And if it touches you, Alex, it kills you.
One hit, you're dead.
One hit. It will literally suck your life out.
What kind of bullshit is that?
The Dracula X Rondo of Blood kind, unfortunately. See, here's the thing a lot of people don't get, is a lot of people think that when all the crap was cut out into the Super Nintendo version, that things got harder. No, the game was already very hard. So at that point, no, the Super Nintendo version didn't make it harder. In fact, they actually added stages, and those stages were considered easier. So there you go. And here's another annoying portion of this frickin' area, as you have to deal with fleamen on birds. Oh yeah, and also these big guys who will literally kick the crap out of you.
Fleamen?
Yes. They are not hunchbacks, Andrea. They are called fleamen.
I didn't even know they were.
They're supposed to be like hunchbacks, so like Quasimodo.
Oh, yeah.
But or Igor, roughly. That's probably the better comparison. But Castlevania has named them Flea Men. So, Flea Man.
It's pronounced Igor.
Exactly. Did you just switch your shoulder? Did you just do that? Yes, you totally did, because this is Young Frankenstein we're talking about. Oh, by the way, bye, Richter. Andrea can attest to this. When I was recording the footage, I was not a happy camper when doing this, and this was the level I was doing.
Oh, is this the level that you were like screaming and
I was literally screaming obscenities. I think I scared my oldest daughter because it is that hard. It took me about 2 hours roughly to get the polished version you're seeing right now.
Damn.
Where I was able to actually pull this crap off. And here's the thing, too. It's actually supposed to be this difficult. Why? Because, again, referencing nostalgia, this section of the level is supposed to mirror a very familiar section from the NES game. Why? Because it led up to a very familiar and awesome boss. If you know who that is, then you're already spoiled. But we're not going to spoil it for the other two here. Yes, this actually mimics a familiar area in Castlevania 1, and I'll tell you where when we get to that point.
You're going to have Medusa return?
What was that?
What was it going to be, Medusa?
See, again, I don't want to spoil it for you, but we're already there, so you don't need to worry about waiting. So we are at the boss room.
Watch when you're right, Alex.
I can tell you his Medusa guess is not right.
Oh. Okay.
Well, then how come you just said no?
I said I didn't want to spoil.
Yeah.
Well, when you neither confirm nor deny, it usually means you are confirmed.
Okay, so we don't want that. In fact, we don't really even... yeah, I think we want the the holy water, but... Oh, yeah. So... There are only 2 hard bosses in Castlevania, Alex. Only 2. And you're about to face one of them, as it's our reunion with death.
Death.
So that is the hallway that it's mimicking. The hardest hallway in Castlevania 1, the hallway leading to death.
Oh, is this the Grim Reaper?
Yes, death.
Yeah.
Yes, it is the Grim Reaper, and yes, he is kicking the trash out of me because he has very much a lot of his original NES mechanics, and they are a pain in the butt. But don't worry, viewers. If you're wondering if he doesn't have any original stuff, you're wrong. He does. As this is one of the first times that Death got a second phase.
Death gets a second phase.
He does, in fact. You aren't going to see it right now, just because I died. But now we're going to cut to the successful attempt at Death. And this took forever to do. I literally had a perfect run in the level. This is why I was cursing. I had a perfect run in the level, and I actually was able to get here with 5 lives.
So basically, if you die,
I'm down
you had
to 2 right now,
to,
Alex.
Oh, and you had to start all over.
Yup, you had to do the level all over again. So that meant I had to go through that all again, hence why I was screaming obscenities. But here's our buddy Death. You will go no further. And now, through sheer luck, I actually make my way through this damn phase. As you can see, one of the major problems of this, Alex, is the sides. The sides are unpredictable. They will hit you. You have to get used to that idea. And really, a lot of...
Too bad you can't hit them.
Oh, you can destroy them.
Oh, then.
It's just kind of pointless to do so. Actually, no, this is not the cut. I did keep a couple of attempts in. This was the one. So...
No, Adam, pausing won't save you.
No, it will not. I wished it did. There's actually a quick save option in the Castlevania Dracula X version, but all it does is it takes you out to the title screen and you can just resume where you left off. So it's not necessarily where it's like a huge improvement. And this time I'm coming back up with Holy Water. This is kind of the recommended weapon to kill him with. And it doesn't help in the first phase. It only helps in the second. So all you can do is just pray that the scythes don't hit you that much, so you can get into that second phase. I only hit this phase twice before I killed him. So that should tell you something. This phase is really the more difficult of the two, because it's classic NES death. And there you go. So this sparks up the second phase. Crap. Oh, okay. Well, we'll go ahead and avoid those giant skulls of death.
He's throwing them at you.
And Death takes on a whole new form. More of the classic form. And he comes down to attack us. So this is where we basically just spend all of our holy water and kill him as fast as we possibly can, as now he has absurd reach and he actually will attack you now.
Like that? Oh, you were so close.
And here's the... I know I've been lying a couple of times here. This is the successful attempt.
Sure.
Sure.
But that's the second phase. So it's a little bit more reminiscent of classic Death, the way you know him. The classic Grim Reaper that's been portrayed. All you have to do is survive that, and you win. And do you want to know what's really sad, Alex?
What?
Maria can cheese this.
Oh, why'd you play with this Maria?
Because unfortunately, you have to walk in from another level with the weapon you need to cheese it. It's not in the actual level. And I didn't have that. So, yeah, I thought about it. I thought about at least giving Death to Maria, but nah. I could not recreate the way to cheese it like you can in the NES version. It's okay, though. Maria will get Dracula. So you have that at the very least. And phase 2. Oh no! Giant flaming skulls of doom! I was gonna say death, but, well, they're easy to avoid. And he's death. I always love how he summons this scythe in Castlevania. All right, so boom, hit the cash out. Make sure you do as much damage as you possibly can before he kills you. And oh wow, and he also gets one final shot, which beheads him. Wow, this game got gory.
And he dissolves.
He does. Death is officially done. We will no longer ever die again. It's not how it works, people. So there we go. Stage clear. Second hardest boss in this damn game. Not quite. Third, more like. Why is it the third, Drak? Because of what's about to happen. By the way, I apologize for the colors being weird. It was actually the cable that I was using to record this with my PSP.
Oh, and this isn't just part of the...
Oh, it's cutscene.
Stay away from me!
What are you afraid of? In exchange for your blood, you can gain eternal life and beauty from me, can you not? Please, it's a simple matter. I get what I need, and you benefit as well. And then together, you and I shall reign over this world.
If it means becoming a savage, I would sooner kill myself.
As you wish. However, what exactly makes me a savage? If my existence itself makes me savage, is that not the result of this world? Are not all the people of this age savages as well? If so, I should be a shining beacon for what this world wants me to be. The one to lead them. Do you not agree?
My Lord Count,
What is it?
there are intruders in the castle.
I see. Destiny can be quite fun at times. They've likely come to interfere. I hope you'll be in a better mood later.
Aww.
Oh, I'm
Poor
so
Annette.
lonely.
Save me. Richter.
That's not an error of the PSP. The
Yeah.
lip flaps are that bad.
Lip
I
sync's
know,
really
but it's
bad.
like...
So here is stage 6, A Nightmare Reborn. This is not necessarily a stage. It is a boss rush. So thankfully, I kind of cut out a lot of the issues with it. We might have a couple of fail attempts here, but this is roughly a boss rush, Alex, to kind of pay homage to the original Castlevania. We already just barely had death, so how else can you appease the boss rush mechanic here? Well, by bringing in all the other bosses of the original game. So here we go, Alex. As you are going to see, there's a couple things that need to be taken in here. This guy's new. This guy actually resurrected Dracula. His name is Shaft.
Shaft?
Literally. He is the dark priest known as Shaft, and so he also provides us with the boss rush. Yes,
the
and
dark
we'll find a way to interject Shaft in here, because even the angry video game nerd did that.
Who's the dark priest who resurrects Dracula?
Shaft.
Damn straight.
Damn right. So this is actually a recreation of the first boss in Castlevania 1, the Vampire Bat. And in my opinion, this design's a lot better. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I like this design a lot better than the original Vampire Bat design. But yeah, I figured you'd get a giggle out of the name of Shaft. Shaft.
Shaft!
Damn right. Oh crap! We can't actually. I was gonna put the Shaft music. We can't do that actually. That is copyrighted. And I've seen people do that. I think even the nerd got flagged, didn't he?
I have no idea.
Yeah, in his Castlevania coverage, he did the Shaft joke too.
Well, I doubt he got copyright because he did his own rendition of it. I don't think he actually sampled the exact tune.
So now we are being faced by Medusa.
I gotta go home and watch the
With,
Castlevania specials again.
Fun fact, the nipples on her have been edited out.
Of course they have.
How could you tell?
Which is funny, technically, because Medusa never made the Super Nintendo version. She was not in it, to my recollection. So...
But it's like, how could you tell? It's nipples.
You have to see the original Japanese design. If I could dig out an image, I will, where you can actually see her slightly greener nipples.
Slightly greener.
Yes. Well, and the funniest thing too is if you think about this, like they didn't show it in the Super Nintendo version we got, right?
Right.
Super Castlevania 4 showed nipple, and it was a woman. So, weird. Nintendo let that get away with it, but no, not this one.
It's like, I'm gonna throw this ball at you. Thank you.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's barring your path. You can't leave. So, Vampire Bat round 2. The only, by the way, so a lot of people might be asking if it's a boss rush, don't you get checkpoints? You get 1.
Really?
Yes, because after you do a gauntlet of the original Castlevania 1 bosses, you then have to fight Shaft.
Shaft.
Damn right. And Shaft is your checkpoint. So if you can get all the way to Shaft, again, go ahead, Alex.
Shaft.
Thank you. If you can get all the way to Shaft again, then you don't, if you can get all the way to Shaft, you don't have to fight the rest of the bosses again. You can just do a couple of rounds of him, but you have to make it that way first. So we actually have to play Medusa for real. Yes, for realsies, people. Ow. Hate that ability. That's the one that pisses me off. So Medusa is now dead. So that's level 2. Now for level 3's boss, which was the mummy. No, not that mummy, people. Not the craptastic Tom Cruise mummy.
Is that the newest one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that bombed horribly and killed the Dark Universe, Andrea. It killed it.
Killed it before it even began.
Thankfully, in between the rush, you do get some wall chicken, so that's helpful. And here's Frankenstein. Although inexplicably absent is Igor, the one thing about Frankenstein that made him hard.
Frankenstein.
And so that's all right. They added a bunch of new mechanics to Frankenstein to make him harder. So
I
don't worry about that.
believe it's Frankenstein's monster.
I'm sorry, I will see it properly. And that's the last one because we've already taken on Death, and Dracula's obviously at the end. So now this is the checkpoint. So now it's time for us to face Shaft. Damn right.
Again?
He's a complicated man that no one understands but his woman.
And the only thing that's hard about Shaft is, well, I'm sure there's a boner joke in there somewhere. But the only thing that's hard about this boss is the orbs that kind of hover the arena. All you have to do is just get close to Shaft and just hit him as hard as you possibly can. And wow, there's just going to be so many penis jokes in the comments after this. Because that's the other joke that gets made about Shaft.
Oh man, now we have to do it all over?
Not quite.
Oh.
We got to Shaft.
Oh, I see.
So now
So just
checkpoint.
getting to Shaft is your checkpoint.
Indeed. We got to the Shaft. Now all we have to do is work it. I couldn't have avoided that one, Alex. I really couldn't.
I couldn't. I didn't know if that meant like you actually.
Nope. You don't have to, you don't have to
him?
face anything up until that point.
Oh,
So Vampire Bat, Medusa, Frankenstein, Mummy, all dead.
Yeah, but I thought you had to beat him first before it'll save you.
Nope. You had to get up to him, and now it's time to once again face Shaft. Thank you. Maybe I'll intermix the Samuel L. Jackson Shaft and the original TV Shaft. Because we all like to remember that Samuel L. Jackson was, in fact, Shaft at one point. Except Samuel. From what I hear, he actually hated that role.
Yeah, probably.
He hated snakes on a plane, so what does that matter? All right, there you go. Shaft has been defeated.
I've had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
Timeline. You literally used Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Do it right.
No, that's the TV edit of Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah, but that's also the DBZA one. Is I've had it with all these monkey fighting androids at this Monday to Friday timeline.
Oh.
All right, so there you go, stage 6, and that's gonna go ahead and do it for this part. When we come back, it's finally time, Alex. It's time to ascend to Dracula's castle.